Hello, lovelies. This morning's Seasons of the Witch in Bulk Oracle card is Cinnamon Rolls. Now, Cinnamon Rolls in this deck is, I'll just read to you what it says on the bottom here. Warm my heart, all deserving comfort readies my heart. So we see the snowdrops or cinnamon, it's snowing in the background. It looks like there's, heavy going on in the background in the sense of weather. And then we have someone inside, just a cup of coffee poured, enjoying, adding the sweetness too. Now, Cinnamon Rolls card is a positive omen, especially for love readings. It can mean significant commitment. This card appears if when all seems right in your emotional world, right? The feeling is one of being at peace. You're happy. You're joyful. You're realizing all or most of your emotional desires have manifested for you. Alternatively, this could also just be a card that is coming up because your gratitude and your commitment to a positive outlook have drawn good fortune to you, and now you're experiencing it. You've got that sense, that feeling of being content. There's this awareness that, like the snowdrops in the background would be a warning of, pushing through hard times, and there may be things that aren't completely ironed out, but your commitment to that, looking at the silver lining, realizing that being committed to you, doing the things for you, doing what makes you feel at home is going to be the route to take. And in knowing that, you're aware that, you're going to face some other, winter's going to come back next year. This is just, we're coming out into the light from our darkest night, but we are going to return, and that's okay. It's a circle. We're going to come back, and we're going to experience it differently and learn new things. But right now, as it stands, we've done that now. We've come out of our darkest night. We're starting to integrate those new things. But today is just, it's a perfect card for Sundays, right? The Sunday card is just saying that don't forget to share your good favor. And especially that paying it forward. What you give, you receive back. So what you're able to share in your commitment to yourself and your commitment to following your dreams, your heart, what makes you feel at home is going to be something you can share. And your willingness to help other people will be repaid to you in incredible, unexpected ways. So we're just going to grab a bit of tarot here and see what we can add to our lovely message today. What else wants to come through? We've got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom, speaking of circles and cycles, right? So this is just a fortunate event in the sense that we've come full circle. We've done that, and now we're at that top part, realizing, you know what? Yeah, we're good. We're okay. Everything's gonna work out. And this is where we're at, right? In that sense of we're sitting down, about to enjoy a beautiful cup of coffee or tea with a warm cinnamon roll fresh out of the oven. That's the vibe. So what else are we working with today? We've got some Four of Swords coming in, and I just want to see if this guy landed upright or reversed. Upright. Okay. So here it's calling for rest. The Ten of Swords, I do appreciate it in this deck because of the fluidity of it. As much as it does you recognize the painful sense that is the Ten of Swords, even when we flip it over, it's just a matter of awareness, right? It's this matter of either you're succumbing to or rising from. So here this is what's been plaguing you throughout the seasons. We've had this revelation and we're healing from our wounds, but also from these wounds we're also realizing our lessons. And so there is a call for rest here. And this is where that contentment comes in. We have to realize that, yes, there are still going to be hard things to iron out, but we're aware of them now. We're aware of this cycle. We're aware of the fact that there is a release. If you see the hand here on this one figure in the card, there is a release. There is also a version of accepting without fighting it, right? Like you're seeing your beliefs and your limiting beliefs, right? Your toxic habits, you're seeing them in a different light now. It feels like you're aware that what's been stalling and stopping you from achieving a fulfilled sense of peace, cinnamon roll kind of vibe, comes from things you're holding on to. So now it's a matter of just taking the time to rest, taking the time to, now that you've recognized that, to be able to step into maybe a more independent role, right? The Nine of Pentacles here is coming in to say that this is your job, this is your independence, this is your experience. Step into it. Step into not only the happy parts of it, but the unhappy parts, not because the universe wants you to be unhappy, but because in doing so, you're going to find your version of what it's supposed to be. Because your unhappiness is coming from expectations, it's coming from comparisons, it's coming from the not being good enough, the what ifs, all those things. So stepping into your Nine of Pentacles energy, this free bird of energy, right? In the essence, it's reminiscent of the bird over here, but taking off, taking flight, being aware that it's in control of its own elevation, if you will, right? So here it's just to say that you're coming in, you're getting new insights, you're getting new information, you're getting new perspective. Allow these things to happen and act and be the person that you see yourself becoming. Step into that role. Be comfortable with it. Don't force it today. Today is just a matter of, today's in the mind so much, and then acting on independence. So doing something today that feels whole and comforting. It's even the pose she's got in this card, right? As she sits there contented, looking into her garden, knowing that the work that she put in is what is getting these rewards in the end. And he, she is not he, she, they. It's not gender specific. This is just an divine feminine is the internal introspection. So here it's asking you to realize, to think, to consider, to contemplate that in stepping into your life, you're able to pick and choose, right? You're able to see the work you've put in and realizing that the suffering you have were all the alarms going off. And now it's time to take on some rest, allow things to absorb and to alchemize. You're not necessarily pulling all the swords out right now. You're aware they're there. So now you can start figuring out the best way to not just pull them out. We need to alchemize them. We need to realize why they're there in the first place, so that when all of a sudden we realize why they're there and change that agreement, that rule, that belief, it just all of a sudden isn't there, as opposed to pulling it out, right? So now is just, again, to take some time to sit and enjoy today. Enjoy, rest. It's the realization that you've done this work. You're coming through the darkest time. And I mean, Sunday is the day of rest. So take a minute and enjoy, have a cup of coffee, light a candle, sit down, take on a good book, have some comfort food, and enjoy your beautiful day. You've got this, and you're doing amazing.